what's going on? What's going on, guys? This is Ronnie here, and Ronnie, what's up, Ronnie?
How's it going?
Doing good, man. Summer's around the corner, man. Summer is around the corner, man.
All right. Can't
Yeah,
wait. I can't wait.
yes, exactly. For those who have kids like us, I know you got you. I think you outnumber me by one. My three to your four. Uh,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly. Yeah, and summer is big for a lot of people, especially the ones with families. This is the time when people travel. And
yeah,
at the same time, historically, summer is when normally people get ready to buy a home because they want to kind of get ready for the following school year. So like, hey, not only do we have to travel, but we also got to manage doing buying a home at the same time. And it can be a challenging balancing act, but it's an act that's possible as long as you got the right people on your team. And I say all this to say because we actually ran across a pretty interesting article that talks about balancing home buying when you're traveling for the summer.
yeah,
Um, I guess some of the big things to always keep in mind and be mindful of is just weighing your priorities when you are traveling for the summer. Because at the end of the day, it's about balance, because summer's the best time for most people to travel because the kids are out of school, so you don't want to take away from not traveling with the family and making those memories with your kids while they're still young, because we all know once the kids get older, they're not going to spend time with you, so enjoy it while they're still young. But with that being said, if you know you're in a chapter in your life where you want to also buy a home, you have to make sure that you're able to do both or find a way to do both. So making sure that you got the right people on your team to make sure you're able to enjoy your summer while traveling with the family, but at the same time living at homes. It could be a lot of it can be stressful. Trying to do both at the same time. So you just got to know what your priorities are. If it's about being with the family for the summer and looking for a home, make that your focus. Don't find yourself saying, okay, we also want to buy a car, we also want to buy a boat. It's like, hey, what are your priorities? It's traveling with the family, buying a home. Keep it simple. Focus on those two things.
yeah. It's all about having that timeline, figuring it out. A lot of people do move over the summer because of school, right? You don't want to move a child typically in the middle of a school year. So summer's obviously a busy time for people to make that move that are going to decide to move for whatever reason, whether it's job or whether it's you know, upsizing to a bigger house. Your family's growing, so yeah, summer's a busy time.
Yeah, summer's a busy time, and with that being a busy time, you want to make sure you find a proxy. Basically, make sure that you have the right people in your team that can basically look out for you while you're traveling. Because you may be overseas and you're in the States and you're trying to buy something, locally, and you see a great property on, all these websites we have, Zillow, Redfin, and you send it to your agent. You want to make sure your agent, in this case, your buyer's agent, is on top of it. He or she's able to actually do some type of FaceTime with you while you're in Europe or Africa with the family. You can pull away for 5-10 minutes and say, hey, this is beautiful. But this really comes down to making sure that you work with a local professional. As Bronny always says, stay local. A local professional when it comes to your realtor, a local professional when it comes to your mortgage guy too. I know Ronnie knows firsthand. Just because you're overseas, the rates don't stop. The rates are still moving.
Right.
The rates
Things
are
are
still
still
moving.
happening.
Yep.
Houses are coming on the market. So using that local person will tell you, hey, we need to jump on this because the market's hot, or we have some negotiation in this, whatever it is. So you got to stay on top of it.
And stay on top of that. And even with that, staying on top of it, let's say you're in a position where you're open to actually make an offer without seeing the property itself. You know the area, you know the school district, and the virtual tour, or in this case, a FaceTime tour your realtor was able to do with you was good enough to where he's like, hey, let's go ahead and get this done. Meaning that you need to make sure that you got people that are tech savvy, people that know how to do DocuSign, people that knows how to send you stuff electronically and not prolong you not again the offer accepted just because they're so ancient and I guess dated with their approach when it comes to submitting the offer, let alone getting you approved for a loan. So that's huge and crucial.
Yeah, and I'll piggyback off one thing you said earlier. Summer, cars, boats. if you're looking to buy a house, don't get extra debt. So
Mm.
don't buy that car, don't buy that boat until after you buy the house, because that could affect your potential approval or ability to buy a house if you know, get all these cool toys in the summer, which, you know, everybody's excited for the summer, especially people up north, you know, it's the warm weather, you want to do this, you want to do that. So be
Yeah.
aware.
You know, like Ron, you just said, you got to watch your spending. You know, the temptation is out there, you know, during the summer, being with the kids and just want to kind of, you know, disconnect from, you know, your day-to-day job or day-to-day work. It's like, okay, and you don't want to put yourself in a position where you're not able to get approved for a loan because you got a little bit careless and carried away with getting an extra credit card or doing an extra trip that you didn't originally plan for, but you got caught up in one of those timeshare presentations when you was in Orlando with the family. You know, it happens to the best of us. So it happens with the best of us. But even with that being said, you also want to make sure that you are staying plugged in, meaning that you are in tune with what's going on with your realtor, with your mortgage lender, with your inspector, with your entire team. Just because you're out the country or not locally, not local where you're at, doesn't mean you can totally disconnect. Because reality is like, hey, you made a decision. Like, this is the best time for us to buy our home because we're in this chapter in our life to where we want to get ready for a new home before the school year starts. So that doesn't give you the permission just to say, hey, we're on vacation. We're going to not look at our phone, not check our emails. You got to stay plugged in. If your realtor or your mortgage guy is giving you a call or texting you, answer, respond back so everyone's on the same page.
And in this day and age, you know, there are a lot of times you're showing a house through FaceTime or through whatever. Yeah. And the most, I think, underrated person in the transaction when that happens is your home inspector. Your home inspector is almost like your doctor for the house. So it may look all pretty and look all nice, but that home inspector gets in there and says, oh, there's an issue with the roof or the AC or the hot water heater or whatever, some of these big ticketed things you're going to want to know, right? So that's definitely key, that when you're tuning in and that home inspector, you know, really gives you that report and you understand that report, you know, so especially when you're doing it from abroad or from away or from, if you're in New Jersey and you're down here in Florida, whatever it is, that home inspector is very key.
So yeah, like, you know, and we all know inventory so is a real thing here and throughout the country, let alone in Florida, South Florida to be exact. When it comes to, so with that, you still got to be mindful of, hey, the summer historically is a busy time for a lot of people, whether it's when it comes to traveling, when it comes to spending time with the family, but also when it comes to buying homes. You know, people don't realize, you know, this is a busy time of the year. So at the end of the day, it's about finding balance and doing both, which you can do. And that balance makes it much easier when you have the right local team around you. From your realtor, your mortgage guy, your home inspector, like Ronnie just said, and your insurance guy, you know.
Yeah. Build your team.
Build your team, build your local team. I might get a shirt that says that, build your local team. I like that. So as always, we appreciate you guys' time. We're here to inform, not to influence. And you guys enjoy the rest of your day.
All right. Take care, everybody. Enjoy the summer.
All right. Yes.